The
This
agenda.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, thank you. The first thing on the agenda is the call to order. So the meeting is called to order at 5:07. The attendees, we have Eric, Charlie, Paul, and myself. Absent is Charlene. Can't think of Andrew and
Alan.
Alan. I don't know why Alan can't make it. So I'm looking for approval of the January meeting minutes.
I vote we approve them.
Okay.
I second it.
I vote yes.
Okay. The CPC, anything new with the CPC?
Yes, they have voted to give the money. I don't think it goes in front of town meeting, right, Paul? I think because it's smaller than a certain amount.
No,
They
it
put
does
off,
go to town meeting. And what it
Oh.
does is usually the smaller amounts like ours gets grouped into one article with a bunch of others. So, but at least you said they approved it, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
And so once it goes to town meeting, then they let Link know that the money's available and he does purchase it, installs it and all that.
it takes until July
Yes. Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
and then they gotta go through some legal maneuvers. Everybody's on vacation in July, so nothing gets done until August.
Yeah.
Which is this one of the crossing lights?
Yeah.
Or 124?
Brooks Park,
Oh yeah,
Oh, for Oak
Yeah.
Street.
Oak Street at Brooks Park. Yeah.
that could use one.
Now, are we, while we're talking about that now, Route 124, the last time, Charlie, I thought they needed engineering help, engineering support to
Yeah.
see if we can put one up or how we're going to put one up.
My understanding is that is such a monumental task that they really need to have somebody come from the state, somebody at even a higher level, like the town engineer. So they really,
I'm wondering if the state wouldn't allow a flashing light to cross 6A. It had to be a hawk light system for pedestrians because there's a lot of traffic on 124.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs a hawk light, which is they push a button and cars have to stop. That might be what's needed safety wise.
It's even more complex than that, Eric, because it's so close to town center.
Oh yeah, you got that
into town center in
it's a
just a heartbeat.
Right,
and things will be bad.
Nightmare, right?
I'll tell you what the answer is. It's very easy. It's simple.
Okay.
You just dig a tunnel under the road.
Ah.
Simple.
Yeah, right. Okay, I got a shovel. Meet me there in a half hour.
Who has a backhoe?
I think that's the only answer.
There's a culvert under the bike path by the courthouse, and it's clogged. This guy came with a truck, and using just hydraulic pressure, he could blast the bike path away. It could cut,
Yeah.
It took him all day because he had to go slow because he didn't want to cave it in.
Right.
And he's literally made a hollow out, and they're going to put a whole new pipe in.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Fran, I got one other quick thing. It might not be the spot for it, but Old Colony Rail Trail is going to be closed from 137 to the transfer station today and tomorrow.
I got that email.
Okay. I guess I forgot I sent it to you. Okay.
Oh, okay. should we, in order of thinking ahead for next year, the engineering services would probably have to be done this year, correct? Of some sort for 124.
Yes, yes. Paul, you bring up a good point that
Yeah.
there's a, the funding, the grant application that you gave me, I forget what it's called now. I contacted the person who's in charge of that, and we had a very interesting talk. And it made me realize that for us to ask for funding for this project might have been a waste because they've, for a lot of different reasons. But I think we would try to utilize them for this next issue with 124, because I think it would be such a large project and cost such a lot of money. That the numbers they're comfortable with. Your request that you sent them, they were leery of it because you weren't asking for much money. Okay. And,
Right.
and it's not that they thought you were doing something wrong, but if you're not using a lot of money, you need about 50 pages of why you're not using so much money. You know what I mean? And to me, it would have been a lot of work for Link that probably wouldn't have gotten done on time. So my thought is that we really need to probably get our ducks in a row early in the season and figure out how to be able to get some money. You have to have 20% for them to really look at your grant. So that my feeling about it is next year we would go and ask for a certain amount of money, which could be just for the study. Okay. And, so to me, it's kind of a big project that will be carried more than 1 year. You know what I mean? It'll be a few years in coming around, because I think it's my comment of going underneath, I realize that's a lot. I don't really know of any other way. And I think that crossing and the one we're doing this year are the two worst. There's just no doubt about it. And
Why don't you ask Link for a sit down, you and him?
okay, and come up with some kind of at least rough proposal of how we should proceed, because this kind of project is not just one person.
No. Is it
Right.
is it because it's a state highway? Does Mass DOT, can they be involved? Can they assist?
Yeah.
Will they
Yes, I think that, but I also think, Eric, it's because it's gonna interfere with the town traffic so much. I mean, it's not.
Oh, right.
Like
Well, it
there.
might be
And
a
so,
legal town-owned road, so the state doesn't do any work on it. And that's what
yeah,
it's just a labeled state highway. But it's a busy road, and then when you hit Main Street, it's a terrible intersection,
yeah.
And here come bicyclists a block
It's
away. Yep.
it's very dangerous at 4 and 5 o'clock in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Cars proceeding south back up through the crosswalk, okay, which is okay because now they're stopped and they see the walk. But the people coming out of town have been stopped in the town center. They don't
They
even,
want to floor it. They see open road, right? Yeah.
and they don't have any vision because the people coming across are behind the cars. So
You're right. You're right.
it's a tough nut. It's going to be a tough nut to crack.
Yep.
Paul, any update on the lights that you reported?
Yes, yesterday I reported that maybe 2 weeks ago, and I think they they didn't get to. So what I did yesterday, well, I think Sunday, I double checked to be sure that they were still down, or the sensor was pointing to the woods. And
Yeah.
so I wrote another email to Lincoln Sean, and we'll see if it happens, again. But they did fix the little kiosk, Charlie, that you told me about. I wish
Yeah.
they would replace the whole thing, but they put 2 new posts in. I mean, that one's looks like it's really hurting.
I'm
But
surprised they did that. I thought they would just pick it up and just pound it in. There was some
Keith,
wood left to pound it. I thought that's what they
not
Was
Maybe-
much,
that by Depot Road?
and it was
That
all rotted.
Yes,
Yeah, that was the site. Yeah.
maybe Link has future plans.
Don't
Maybe.
know, but he put 2
Right.
new posts in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you could ask Link to, if he has future plans for replacing that kiosk.
He might be open to that, but
Yeah,
I bet felt he's done a service, you know?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
You
that's the
know,
way I look at it. Okay, it was broke. I fixed it, or we fixed it,
Right.
and
And you need to have Link on your side for stuff, but yeah.
He usually is.
pick your
He's-
battles.
Yep.
yes.
He's pro bike committee.
He is pro. I mostly talk with Bo down, on projects that we share, but he came on the rail trail in flail mode, and they don't have to do that. It's state,
Yeah.
and they just did it. I didn't even ask. He just said, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're out. You want it?" They did
Yeah.
by Long Pond, which I got phone calls complaining. Oh God, they cut my favorite cedar, and
Oh, no.
but it was all safety because people were complaining they couldn't see the cyclists coming out onto
Yeah.
roads, and safety trumps a lot of stuff when you have to do vegetation cut. It's hard to not do it because it's a pretty tree,
Yes.
and I love trees, don't get me wrong. I don't want to cut more than I have to, but I'm forever cutting.
Yeah. Paul, one observation that I might make is I wonder about those lights because I kind of think when the weather gets cold, none of them work right.
Nah, no, I'm not a big fan of them. I wish they were all hardwired and,
Yeah.
and worked like perfect. I just,
Yeah.
we get called, nope, that's not ours. That's that town has to fix it. And then and I got 2 of them to worry about, and I have to call in an expert who comes from,
Yeah.
Boston somewhere.
Now, they did fix 39.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
You know, that got fixed. I don't know. I know I had to drive by there, but I don't know if it was fixed the next day or what. But yeah, I still wonder how we can't secure those. I'll say the sensors
Oh, people are moving
better.
them?
Well, I think the wind is moving them. I mean, the sensors are way. I mean, they're what,
Well,
10,
I
12
found
feet.
some of the newer ones, the yellow post itself just screws into the base, and some kids, there was one unscrewed, and there was some they rotate it, and it's like, ha 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 ha. Someone gets hurt, who cares? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
up, but that I don't know. The wind can move. They're really usually they use like a hose clamp that tightens on a base pretty
Right.
hard,
Yeah.
but I'll try to, if I have time off, bike down that way. I must admit I don't go down the Old Colony a lot. I used to when I had to go to Chatham weekends all the time.
Well, you can't go to Chatham now.
Right.
Oh, it's closed.
Not
Huh?
today or tomorrow.
All right.
And Thursday and Friday, it's gonna be raining here.
Yeah. Well, I got stuff to do in my little neck of
Just
the
wear
woods.
your uniform, Eric. They'll respect your uniform.
Oh yeah. I just got trash to pick up.
Um,
I love the trail looking beautiful, don't you? I do. So I don't mind
I
if
do. Yeah.
my end of it is to whatever funding finally comes our way, let's make the best of it. Let's put on a good show and make it as, you know.
Yeah.
That's why the route thing is something I cannot do myself, and it frustrates me. But I got
Yeah.
an email. I telling Fran, somebody said they just went on a section of the Shining Path and they ground it flat. They used some kind of a grinding machine,
Yeah.
and you cut the roots at the side, grind it, and then so you're not constantly ripping up and then putting down. It sounds like if we built up a base that, you know, it would be harder. I just don't see roots coming through roads like they do the bike path. And
I think you're right, Eric, and I saw the technology of grinding them down, and they were using it down in certain parts of Florida, and
okay,
it's a money saver issue. And to me, like, when you grind it down, yeah, it's gonna be rough, but you're not gonna get that big bounce.
well, that's yeah, right. But it's not as good as repaving.
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
So maybe I shouldn't try for the easy way out, you know?
Well, it's almost if we could get it repaved and then maybe the next round of root growth. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, I'd be great if I had a tool that I could do something about it, you know? That's all.
Right. There you go.
Right, rather than email. No offense, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so.
I'm gonna, switching subjects here, I'm going to contact the town administrator's office and inform them that Andrew has not been to a meeting in a year's time or almost a year, and ask what we can do. Try to contact them and you don't get anywhere. So I don't know whether the town wants, I send them a letter. I don't know if it'll be any good if the town sends them a letter. But, he's hurting the committee by just having his name on the committee.
Yeah.
Did
And
you,
the other item I have is, Friends of the Cape Cod Rail Trail extended an invitation to the Harwich Bikeways Committee to attend their meeting on March 9th, either in person at Nickerson State Park headquarters or via Zoom. Once I get the Zoom coordinates or whatever, once I get the Zoom information, I'll pass that along. But
Thank you.
it'll be March 9th, so put that on your
Okay.
calendar. I
All
hope
right.
I have the right date, Eric.
yeah, I better put it on mine. We'll clean the table.
Anybody have anything else? Okay,
Nothing at this point.
No,
thank you very
well,
much.
seeing you all. Yeah, have a good night.
Yeah,
Night.
have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.